Welcome to this visit to Herat, Afghanistan. Herat is situated north of and in the valley of the Herat, a river flowing down from the mountains of central Afghanistan. It's situated on the western side of the country and has a population of about 250,000 people. This map shows the main highway from Iran leading to Herat. The route I took on my trip from London to Kathmandu in 1975 was actually northeast from Herat to Mazar-e-Sharif, and then south to Bamyan and Kabul, and on to Pakistan. Passing from Iran to Afghanistan, we stopped briefly in a restaurant, and I was amazed to find a dead rat on the windowsill next to me. This is a border post on the Iranian-Afghan border. A typically well-decorated Afghan truck. And the terrain approaching Herat. This is the city map of Herat. There's not a lot of green areas. The city itself is mainly constructed of adobe brick. An evening view of Herat, showing the mountains. The city itself in 1975 was pretty unremarkable. I was somewhat astounded at the very primitive sewage system. Boys at Herat Airport. Many of Herat's monuments have fallen into disrepair or been damaged. I came across this interesting advert for Liebig's extract, and it features Afghanistan with the picture of the Herat citadel. Also called Alexander's Fortress, this citadel was constructed originally by Alexander the Great. In the 1970s, it was occupied by the army and was half balanced. The interior of the citadel. Besides the citadel and visiting bazaars, visiting the mosques are the other tourist occupations. This is quite an old minaret construction with the highway through the center. The main mosque in Herat is called the Friday Mosque. a restaurant in Herat. Let's have a look around the markets and the stores. Pressure cookers for sale. These are the lids. The shops were very small and crowded. A baker producing Afghan bread. Relaxing. We'll finish up with people of Herat. The burqa is still widely worn by women in Afghanistan, and it's impossible to see their faces. Thanks, viewer, for joining me on this brief tour of Herat, Afghanistan. Mazar-e-Sharif is the fourth largest city of Afghanistan with a population of 200,000 people. It's the capital of Balkh province and has good links to Kabul to the south, Herat to the west. This map of Afghanistan clearly shows the location of Mazar-e-Sharif on the northern boundary. In 1975, I took an overland expedition from London to Kathmandu, Nepal, with Exodus expeditions. We traveled overland from Herat north east to Mazar-e-Sharif through a desert country. At one point we were struck by quite a severe sandstorm, and I was amazed at these hardy nomadic sheep herders. A picture of myself in the sandstorm. When we arrived at Mazar-e-Sharif, there were two things to see. The shrine of Hazrat Ali, one of the early people connected with Islam, or the ancient city of Balkh, about 20 kilometers from Mazar-e-Sharif. The shrine of Hazrat Ali, otherwise known as the Blue Mosque, and it truly was quite magnificent and vast. A plaque outlining the story about how the shrine was chosen and erected. The faithful at prayer. Islamic women. The Birdman at the Blue Mosque. Balkh, once the capital of north-central Afghanistan, is 20 kilometers northwest of Mazar-e-Sharif. It's exactly the same site as the ancient city of Bactria, known as the Mother of Cities. There's not much left after it was destroyed by Genghis Khan and Timur. However, the ruins of the walls encompass about 3.5 kilometers with a width of almost 3 kilometers. A photograph of part of the province of Balkh. Parts of it is mainly desert. A shoemaker in the Bazaar. The modern city of Balkh is really quite small, but it does possess one large mosque. It's located a few kilometers from the ancient city of Balkh, which is quite a tourist attraction. Old gates at the modern city of Balkh. Now we'll take a look at the ancient city, which was pretty well leveled to the walls by Genghis Khan in the 13th century. Mazar-e-Sharif is one of the centers of Bukhashi, a game played on horses, a bit like polo, but using a head from perhaps a lamb or sheep. Thanks for joining me on this tour to Mazar-e-Sharif and the ancient city of Balkh, Afghanistan. I do hope you have a good day. Hi, my name's Don and I appreciate your company on my 2-day tour, November 2nd and 3rd, 1975, to Bamyan and Bandamir, driving down from Mazar-e-Sharif. The scenery in Afghanistan is incredible. Here we stop to take pictures of a large canyon. The roads are winding and treacherous. Here we stop for an overturned truck, and it's very difficult to get by. We carefully squeeze by. Success! It's on to Bamyan. I always enjoy looking at the locals who are very curious of these strangers. Children too are curious. Remains of towers and forts are found everywhere in Afghanistan, remnants of a violent past. We are approaching the Bamyan Valley, tall cliffs, and a fertile oasis valley. Here we are in Bamyan itself. Gigantic Buddhist statues have been carved into the red cliffs. Also, numerous caves are found throughout the cliffs, sanctuary for Buddhists. These statues have of course been blown up by the Taliban. We rent horses and go horse riding to explore the area. We move on to Ban Amir, a national park which has a large freshwater lake, quite unique for Afghanistan. As a Canadian from a land of water, I'm not really too impressed by freshwater lakes. Late at night, we head from Bandamir back to Bamyan. Our vehicles break down and it's very cold. Thanks, viewer, for joining me on my trip to Bamyan and Bandamir, near Kabul in Afghanistan. From this point, we head on to Kabul or Kabul and then Pakistan. My name's Don, and I want to thank you for joining me on my overland trip through Afghanistan for 3 weeks in late 1975. Enjoy. The route, rolled by our heavy-duty truck tires, lay from Iran over to Herat, north to Mazar-e-Sharif, down to Kabul, stop over in Bamyan, and then an exit into Pakistan by the Khyber Pass. This is an Afghani chai stop. We frequently stop at places like this to drink Afghani green tea. The sugar lumps were kept for one customer after another to use. Typical Afghani transport when I was there. Don't the children look cute? An Afghani wool merchant. Such scales were used in every shop for weighing produce, for charging. Here's an Afghani shoemaker working in a market. Another Afghani salesman. These Afghani woolskin coats were all the rage and were quite cheap to buy. We arrive at markets in Kabul. They're very interesting in the range of produce. Here are musical instruments and old Afghani guns. This is my friend Paul Machuk, of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Here's an Afghani village well. Irrigation, Afghani style. These typical Afghani trucks are seen all over the country. This is David South, a BBC photographer who traveled with us on our trip. He produced a 1-hour BBC travel documentary called The Road to Kathmandu. At times, the scenery in Afghanistan is stunning, but always very arid and barren. It's not very good agricultural land, although they do grow cotton in areas. It suits the goats and camels and sheep. Along with the sheep herder, we get caught in a large sandstorm. This NASA photo from a satellite shows the size of some of these dust storms. This is an Afghani market where they sell goats, sheep, and even camels the way we sell cars. Here a butcher slaughters a sheep for sale. This cotton picker salutes us as we drive by. This man is working as a carpenter in the village. This is the back of our truck as we stop for a quick rest, and the locals look on with curiosity. This is the city of Bam, a large city that was totally destroyed by Genghis Khan in the 12th century. These mountaintop forts are common in Afghanistan, particularly in cities like Herat. Mosaics and magnificent mosques like this one in Mazar-e-Sharif are common. Thanks, viewer, for joining me for this quick 3-week tour overland through Afghanistan.